So this is the new bad boy I just picked up today. It's just been for its first service and we're ready to rock. Triumph Sprint GT. All the bikers are out today. I mean it's overcast, but it's very warm today, so there's going to be a lot of bikers out, so hopefully we see a load. Let's give this little baby a little review. Apart from the test ride the other day, this is the first time I'm riding this. Damn, it's windy. So this bike's got approximately 130 horsepower. It's got 108 Newton meters of torque. And this is all mine, baby. So I'm nearly 6'3". I can touch the ground perfectly fine. If anyone else is thinking about buying this and you're a bit shorter than 6 foot, maybe 5'10" and that, maybe you might be able to reach the floor. However, you can lower the seat by about 30 mil, I believe. It's got about 30 mil of play. There's lots of bikes out today, so it's going to be an absolute cracking ride. So if any of you are thinking about buying it and you're a bit on the short side, I'd recommend having a sit on one, because this is quite a high bike. Not the highest, but it's fairly up there. 1050cc, so it's a big bike. In all seriousness, the bigger the bike, you know, the more respect you've got to have for it. But I do like this bike a lot. You got heated grips there on the left, you got warm and hot and off. You got a little glove box down there on the right hand side, which is where I'm going to put all some special stuff, or maybe some recording equipment. It's got a nice buffer screen, so hopefully you can hear me alright. It's very windy today, so you're probably going to get a lot of with my voice. I'm not going anywhere specific, I'm just going to give this a little ride and give it a little review. It's about 260 kilograms, give or take, but you wouldn't notice it when you're riding along. There's bounds and bounds of torque on this vehicle. I love it. You can go around at about 20 mile an hour in top gear and it will just pull away like nothing. Bit of vibration as you'd expect, but it still pulls away. The indicators are linked in with the mirrors, but you have got a little dash there above your 3 dials. Triumph, because it being 3-cylinder, they want to work in 3, so everything's in 3s on this bike. The exhaust is 3 into 1, got 3 dials. It's a bit of a shame that that's not digital instead of analog, the speedo, but there's been quite a few reviews I've read online that moan about it, saying it's too small and hard to read. I can easily see I'm doing 60 there and it's dead on. I don't know what the guys who are reviewing it, maybe they're blind or going blind, but it's easy to see the speedo even at high speeds. You got the 3 buttons there as well to set the trip and odometers and change it, the clock timing, which I need to change because it's still on the summertime. Setting, you can change from odometer, the maximum miles, and 2 trips. So you've got 2 trips you can sit on there. I'm going to be using that for the main trip, and then single trips added into that main trip. That's what I'm going to be using that for. And then you've got above that on the right hand side, you've got fuel gauge, and then obviously your coolant and the engine temperature on the right. And then in the center you've got your revs, the good Triumph and then all the other associated lights or warning lights that you need for this type of vehicle. So very smooth power delivery. There's no surprises there, it's just constant power all the way through. I haven't rid it all the way up to the red line yet, but that was just from my test ride last week. I had a little go last week. But this tank is 20 litres. It's got a quoted range of 250 miles or 320-ish kilometres. We shall see about that. I'm going to do a few long rides and see if we can get that full tank range out. I'm going to do it in a big one. When I ride down Southampton, I'll take the long way around and it'll be pushing 300 miles. So I'll be able to do that on one stint and then see if we can check that range out, whether it's true. Plenty of torque on this, as I said, which makes it a very lazy bike, as in lazy riding. I can go scooting into town in this same gear I am now. I'm in 6th now, and then I can just cruise all the way through town, and I only have to drop it down a gear or two just for a slow manoeuvre, and then back up to 6th gear, and it'll just pull me through all the towns that I need, which is perfect. So it's very lazy in that sense. There's been a few reviews online saying the mirrors are shaky, but I don't know what they're on about. I can't see the reason why they're shaky. And then all the controls are in the basic same places in a normal bike. This is a 2015 one, so I think it's 2014 and before, or the 2013 and before. Don't quote me on that. The handlebars were slightly lower, and after a few Triumph owners complained, Triumph have obviously listened and raised the bars slightly. This is the GT version, as I said at the beginning, so it stands for Grand Touring. I believe that statement's correct, even though there's a few reviews that say it pushes towards the sportier side or pushes it towards more of the touring side. I think it's pretty much in the middle. It's designed for touring and sport, and being a sports tourer. I believe that I can have a bit of fun on this in the corners, and then I can put all the free top boxes and saddle boxes you get with it for a touring event. You can adjust the preload under my seat, so it's all ready for what weight I'm carrying, ready for a big touring event. And I can do a passenger as well. I can carry a pillion, no dramas. So I'm just doing 50 mile an hour cruising through this. The torque's just pulling me through in the top gear, and that's at 50 mile an hour, and I don't even feel any vibration at all. It just feels like the power's there, ready to rock. Absolutely amazing machine. This buffeting mirror, I was a bit the buffeting visor, I was a bit wary of at first because of the shape, but it seems to buff most of the wind away down the sides of my shoulders, and it gives me the confidence in the corners straight away on these tyres to just get in a lean. I feel no dramas, no confidence issues. Even after just riding it for half an hour last week and jumping straight on it, I feel like I could just get down here and just pull the throttle back and it'll just go. I haven't had it long enough to pick up any particular niff-naff faults, but that'll do it on my next. I'll do a 3-month review or something to see how I'm getting on with it, because at the minute it's a pretty decent bike. I can't really find any major dramas with it. Your heated grips have a center setting which is off, an up setting which is very hot, and then a bottom setting which is warm. So you're supposed to set it to very hot, and then Triumph recommends after it's warm switch it to the warm setting. Otherwise you burn your hands maybe. I don't know how good they are. I don't need it today. So there you go, there's the indicator sign. 5.4, 4th gear. There you go. 25 miles an hour, not even that, 22. The 4th gear's just pulling me around like it's nothing. No vibrations at the minute. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. There you go, that's 20 mile an hour. There you go, it just pulls away. Torque on this is absolutely cracking. Oh. But yeah, nice day today. I mean, it's a shame that it's overcast, but It's a shame I haven't got the temperature gauge on here. This would be good, wouldn't it? That's what motorcycles need. Temperature gauge. I'm not sure whether I'm going to get a new exhaust. The stock exhausts on motorbikes always look massive and bulky. This one looks kind of bulky from the side, but from behind it's got a little streamline. It's sort of like a circle exhaust, but then goes into a sort of tubular type shape. So from behind it doesn't look that big, but from the side I don't know. I'll look at some exhaust to plonk on, but it's got to not be in the way of the saddlebags. If you're buying this from new, or if you're lucky to get one second hand like I did with them, it comes with a big top box that's supposed to have, or it's supposed to be able to carry 2 helmets, and then you've got, I think it's 31 litre saddlebags on both sides. That's 62 litres there just from the saddlebags, and they're supposed to be able to hold a helmet as well. So we're going to see that. It fits in onto the side. I'm going to find a nice place to pull up in a minute and have a look around the bike. There's 2 little grooves they sit in, and it's all controlled by the key. The key is where you can either release it or lock it and unlock it. And they sit nicely on that, away from the exhaust. So if I'm getting exhaust, I have to just be careful of it doesn't go near them. They're hard plastic. You can get waterproof inner bags for them. I don't know if mine come with it. I picked them up last weekend, and when I went to pick up the bike, I didn't need them. Unless I'm going on a big trip, I probably won't need the saddlebags anyway. Looks very, very nice. It looks very big from there compared to the Bandit. So the free is not just on the dials and there and the exhaust, it's also on the headlights. The headlights are split into 3, so you've got the 2 side lights and then the centre lights for your high beam. So we'll have a look at that when we have a walk around the bike. I can't remember how much the oil capacity is. I think it's 3.6 litres. If someone could just confirm that in the comments, that'd be really nice. Apparently the brakes are made by Nissan. It's a Triumph. You've got 4 piston on the front and 2 on the back. Someone was complaining about them on one of the reviews, the brakes. I'm like, what are you fucking chatting about? Brakes are fucking actually really good on this. So I don't know what people are moaning about. I don't know if the reviewers are just paid to write fucking reviews or not, but it's very smooth. The gear changes lower down. Once it starts getting higher up in the rev range, when you change gear, there's a bit of a click. But lower down is nice and smooth. You don't even need the clutch to change gear if you don't want to. Going up, not sure about going down, but I always use a clutch going down, so it's entirely up to you. There's been quite bad reviews about these mirrors as well. I know I mentioned it before, saying they're shaky, but I see what they mean, but it's not to the point where you can't see in them. So at the rear of the vehicle you've got final drive's chain. I think it's an X ring on this one. You've got a single swing arm, which looks really nice from the right hand side. You couldn't tell it's a single swing arm from the left hand side if you're looking from the near side of the bike. But yeah, nice, really nice. I don't know. If he's sitting there all day, I'm gonna go. As soon as you start getting into a town or a little city or something, people just drive like retards. So I love the sound of that engine. Is he really going to go there and block the whole road? He is, isn't he? You mong. Mustang. So this road's a little bit bumpy, especially on that side of the road, but it gets a bit bumpy further up, so this is just going to be a little test to test the suspension. It's got the adjustable preload on the back anyway. I haven't touched it yet. There you go, 40 mile an hour, top gear, off pop. There you go, let's see if we I don't need to go this slow for the corner, but let's slow down to 30 mile an hour, 28, top gear. Bit of a vibration there, but then off we go, look. So there's only vibration from 30 to 40. There you go, so that's top gear, plenty of power there. Very lazy bike. So through a town, drop it down to 4th gear, off you go. Luckily I'm not 3.5 meters high, otherwise this bridge would be a little problem. It's quite high up compared to the Bandit. Slightly leant forward position. You've got a bit more sporty position, even though they've raised the handlebars, but it's still upright enough to be comfy for long distance riding. Ooh, that was a bit fun. The throttle is on a very easy spring, very light throttle. Springs back quite easily compared to the R1 I drove a couple of weeks ago of my mate's R1. Very stiff. I don't know whether that's because he had an aftermarket one or I don't know. But compared to that, this is very light, very light throttle. There you go, 4th gear, 25 mile an hour, just cruising around. So let's find somewhere we can pull over that's out of the way. So like I said, from the front, you got the 2 side lights there. 2 side lights there, and then the 2 main dipped beam. Just let this car get out of the way. He's staring at. So you got 2 side lights and you got 2 dip lights, and the headlights come on there in the middle. So I've stuck with the 3, and obviously indicators are there in the mirrors. I don't know where to change them or not. There's a few people that have changed them to brighter LEDs, but I don't know. There you go, so exhaust from the side looks quite big, and then if you go from the back, it looks kind of tubular. So these are what I was on about. The saddlebags fit in there, and it sits just under, or just above, the exhaust sits just under, and you got that there. There's a little absorbing stopper. Yeah, see, it's obviously there. Turn that key comes off, you can get access to all the battery and the likes of. And that's to adjust your preload. You can see the swing arm, but it's covered by the exhaust, unfortunately. And then there's no indicator here for oil level. It's got a dipstick on there, so radiator and everything else is covered by the fairing. There you go. It's not a lot of room in there. Not a lot of room, but then you got a nice Triumph tools. I might just put a tyre repair kit in there as well. We shall see. Triumph Sprint GT. Oh yeah.